Welcome to Crocodile MTG, your home of competitive, constructed play in the modern, standard, and legacy formats. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons. Thank you so much for supporting the Crocodile MTG channel, and we hope you enjoy today's video. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jordan with Crocodile MTG here, bringing you another Magic the Gathering video. Today we are doing a live recording on Twitch of an M20 draft. We drafted a white-black flying vampire deck. We have Sorin, Lord of Innistrad in our opening hand. Yeah, Lord of Innistrad. We have Sorin, Imperious Bloodlord in our opening hand. That is a mythic we drafted. That was pack 1, pick 1, right next to a Leyline of Sanctity, so that one was a little rough. We did decide the mulligan this hand. I think we're going to keep this one, and I think I'm going to put Planar Cleansing on the bottom, maybe. Maybe it should just be Inspiring Captain. Yeah, I'm going to put Inspiring Captain on the bottom. I'm going to leave Planar Cleansing in our hand. If our opponent plays out kind of a quick threat, I want to be able to turn 6 just clean up the board some. So hopefully we're going to be able to get through here. We're going to turn 2, play out Blood Bugler. And hopefully that's going to be decent. We have a turn 3 Thief as well, which is pretty good. So hopefully we're going to get the pull ahead here. Looks like we're against Bant, which is interesting. Blue, white, and green. We're going to swing for 2 here, gain 2 life. Our opponent has 5 cards in hand. We do as well. We're going to go ahead and play out Thief here. And then next turn we have Moment of Heroism if we need it. Alright, our opponent decides to raise the alarm, which I think is fine. Alright, so we are going to play out a Plains here, simply because we are a 2-color deck, not looking for a third color. We're going to go ahead to attack. We're going to get to draw a card off Thief. And we have Vulture now in hand. So if they decide to double block here, I'm just going to Moment of Heroism. And hopefully our opponent doesn't have anything for this. I'd like to keep the card advantage engine running. Alright, so now we're hitting for 6. Gonna gain 6 life, go up to 27. Unless our opponent has a removal spell. And sure. Alright, so our opponent is gonna get to trade with our... So our opponent 2 for 2'd, which is fine. Alright, so now we have a Scorpion that's a Death Toucher. And again, flooding out was a little bit of a concern of mine. So we're going to go ahead and play the Vulture next turn, and hopefully we don't lose a ton of good creatures. We lost Sorin. Yeah, so we did lose quite a few creatures. I forgot to play a land that turn. That was my bad. Completely bypassed it. That was really, really poor playing on my part. I was a little shook because of Sorin, and unfortunately, it is what it is. So we're going to play out of Plains here. Yeah, this is our turn 6. We should have hit a land drop every game. We're going to swing in here for 4. Our opponent's not really doing anything. I'm not really sure what their deck is. They could just play something huge and powerful. Sure, they're going to pro-black it. Yeah. So, do I still gain the life? I don't think I gained the life with protection. I think the damage... Is the damage prevented? I believe it is. So, pro-black, they get the Scry 1. They choose to put that card on the bottom of their library. And they took 2. We did not gain the life. And now if our opponent's able to stabilize and start building back up a board, we do have this Planar Cleansing that we can use as a stability factor. We are taking 1 here from our Death Toucher friend. We're sitting pretty at 30 life, though, so that feels pretty good. It's a little unfortunate we lost our Soren, though. I don't really think there's a way we can get him back. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have too many big threats. They could have some flyers, too. They are playing blue and white, which has a lot of flyers in it. Waiting for our opponent to pass the turn here. Not really sure. They could be making a decision. Maybe they have 2 powerful cards in their hand. We are sitting at 4 cards, so... They could have Cavaliers as well. If they have any of the Cavaliers, I think the green, the blue, and the white are the most powerful. Alright, so our opponent passed the turn back. We're going to go ahead and start by attacking. Follow up, we're going to play a land, and then we're going to play this Hanging Executioner. And we're going to get another flyer, and we also have a exile effect if we need it. So we're sitting in a pretty good spot right now. We have 4 power on board. We have all flying, so it's all evasive. We have a board wipe. We have a single copy of a removal spell. Overall, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Alright, so our opponent is going to take out Boreal Elemental. But again, we're going to get to just exile this with Hanging Executioner. And we're going to get in for 3 here. If they have another Boreal Elemental, we're going to have to find a removal spell. So we're not completely out of the waters yet. Alright, our opponent's probably going to swing in here for 1. Little Scorpion stinging us to death. Alright, Pacifism is going to save our opponent. We're going to get to play Marauder's Axe here and equip it to the Spirit, hopefully. They could have a negate. Or another removal spell for the Spirit. So we are putting them on a pretty quick clock. 3 turns at the moment. If they don't take a damage point from anywhere else. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have something for this. Our opponent is taking their time making a decision here. Not really sure what their plan is. I don't see anything as if they timed out or anything like that, so could just be slow rolling us. They could just be taking their time. I can use this time though to thank our awesome sponsors, manatraders.com. They're a card rental service for MTGO and Tabletop Magic. If you would like to sign up for their services and check them out, you can use promo code crocodilemtg. I'm sorry, for Mana Traders it is just promo code crocodile, and you get to save 15% off your first 3 months. Some of that goes to the channel as a thank you for your support of Mana Traders, and I appreciate that as a content creator. And if you would also like to go over to Ink Gaming, they have awesome playmats, mouse pads, and more. They do all custom playmats. They have some pre-fabricated playmats you can go and purchase. They are amazing quality, and they are top line, top of the market playmats. So if you'd like to buy anything or purchase anything from them, you could use promo code crocodilemtg10 to save 10% on that order. And finally, we have our Patreon account. If you'd like to, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/crocodilemtg and check out all our awesome content we have over there for supporters of the channel. And if you'd like to dive a little deeper, that is where you can find more information about me as well on our Patreon page. Looks like our opponent lost connection here, so we are going to have to wait, unfortunately. Alright, it looks like our opponent got back into the game. Oops, sorry. It looks like our opponent got back into the game, and our Marauder's Axe did resolve. So now we're going to get to equip it to a Spirit and swing in for 3. And hopefully we're going to get this game back. Our opponent is pretty close to stabilizing. They're going to pass the turn, probably hit us with the Scorpion. And they have a follow-up play, second main. Alright, they have a sleep paralysis, so we do have to find a threat here. I'm just going to pass the turn for the moment. I'm going to let them play out something powerful. Alright, Howling Giant is pretty powerful. Sure, we're going to be taking 1 here. I'm going to wait till probably the last minute to play out this planar cleansing. I think we can take a couple turns of getting hit with the giant. Alright, Loxodon, I'm glad we waited. Loxodon's a threat we can't really get hit by, or can't really afford to get hit by. So now we're going to probably play out this planar cleansing. Alright, we're going to play out planar cleansing. We're going to play out Griffin. And hopefully we're going to get back into this game. We're both sitting at 16. I'm going to be hitting for 1. That is a good way to find creatures in your deck. So hopefully they don't find anything too powerful. They are playing green, white, and blue, which has a lot of powerful threats, so this could easily get away from us. Alright, they're going to use the ability here on Tracker. They found Squad Captain, so that's fine. Here's a Scorpion. Yeah, so here I'm gonna play out Sentinel here, and I'm gonna Aerial Assault. That way they can't keep getting card advantage on this. And then I'm gonna move the combat, and I'm gonna swing in for 1. So it's slow, but we have an 8-turn clock. Sorry, 7-turn clock. And if we find anything going throughout to boost our Sentinels, it'll become even slower. So they're going to swing in here for 1. We're going to take it. And now they have the ability to play out Captain for 3. Alright, here is a Bugler. So we're going to gain some life back. Our opponent gaining life off that Loxodon was very powerful. And we just have to hope their deck is pretty weak to flyers. Unfortunately, it looks like it's not. They have a few flyers available. And Sailor is one of the best. It can draw a card. It has flash. And our opponent is probably going to start playing out very large, powerful creatures. And hopefully we are going to be able to find some... hopefully we're going to be able to find some powerful creatures here. I think I'm just going to play out Cutthroat as a 3/3 body. Nothing's going to die off it, unfortunately. They're going to have to draw a card off Sailor. Eventually they're going to have to use Sailor to block, but at that point they're probably going to be ahead. They're going to move the combat here. I think I'm going to double block here. Unfortunately, both our creatures are going to die. I could have just not blocked and then attacked in, but I have to be proactive against these threats. And if you hear that in the background, which you might be able to, I apologize, that is a fire alarm in our building. We've had some trouble with it recently about going off. Hopefully it's nothing too concerning and not a legit drill. Our opponent did put one card on top of their library, and now they played Sentinel. And we're going to move the combat and swing for 2. And then we're going to play out Epicure Blood. And hopefully this 4/4 can get some work done. Again, unfortunately with this, it dies to Scorpion. So I'm going to have to find something for Scorpion if I ever hope to remove it. They could move the Blade here onto Sailor, and if they do that, that would allow it to block a Griffin Sentinel. Oh, okay, they choose to put it there. That's interesting. I think I just let this through. I think we just take 5 here. And go down to 12. And then we see what our opponent has. They can play out Squad Captain here now. And make it a 5/5, which is pretty good. Yeah, I would play Squad Captain here. Oh, it's a 6/6. Alright, so we're going to move the combat. And swing. They're going to get the block 1. And now I'm going to play out the Scourger. I'm going to go check on the fire alarm real quick and make sure it's not anything legit. Hold tight, everyone. I apologize. Alright, I am back. It does not seem to be... there does not seem to be anything wrong with the fire alarm, luckily. We are getting hit for quite a bit of damage here. The question is, how much do I let through? I think we can afford to take 6 here. So everything has vigilance on our opponent's side of the battlefield. Well, these do, I should say. So I think that's fine. I think we're going to trade with the 7/7 here. Alright, here's a pacifism. So we can put our opponent on a 2-turn clock. How good is that? Does our opponent just swing in for lethal this turn? So our opponent has 10 cards in library, as do we. 3, 6. So they have 2. So this is 6 damage here. We're gonna have to block something. We're gonna take out this 3/3, and hopefully, hopefully they don't have a negate or something. And now we're gonna have to find something off the top of our library to win us the game here. We're probably gonna have to block next turn. They're gonna get the draw card here with Sailor. We have to find a way to remove this Sailor or deal 3 damage. There is a card in our library that's able to do that. Have we used it yet this game? No, so we do have an out. Sure. Alright, there's the pacifism. So 2, 4, 5. I have to block here. So there's one card in our deck that we actually survive to... and we can win the game with. We have to find it, though. We have a 1 in 10 chance, and that is not it, unfortunately. The card I was talking about in our sideboard here, I thought we had one. Maybe we don't even have one. Alright, Noxious Grasp can probably come in here. I don't think there's anything else we really want. Maybe a Disenchant. Angelic Gift probably doesn't seem terrible. Moment of Heroisms can probably come out. Maybe just 1. Maybe we just play 42 cards. We did flood a little bit. I'm going to play 42 cards. Again, I apologize about the ringing in the background if you all can hear that at home. Again, that was my fire alarm in the building going off. It's an old school building. Alright, we are going to play first. Alright, this hand seems feasible. We're going to keep it. Turn 3 Sorin would be pretty fantastic with this hand. And we built our deck in a way where we could actually see that. So we're going to play Bugler here on turn 2. Turn 3, hopefully we get to hit our land drop and play Sorin. We have 2 turns to draw a land. They're going to start with Temple of Mystery here. It looks like our opponent mulliganed down to 6. This is under London Mulligan stipulations. I'm going to start with Bugler here. And hopefully they don't have negate in hand. Okay. Unfortunately, we're not even going to get to draw our third mana source. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. 2 lands in our opening hand. I had faith with 2 draw steps we'd find a third land, but unfortunately we didn't. Alright, there's our land drop. Now we have to watch out for the negate. Please don't have the negate. Alright, here we go. We're going to attack with our 3/3 Bugler. And have a 5 loyalty Sorin on the battlefield. And hopefully our opponent just doesn't find... Like, they have their mana. Maybe they don't have their white sources, unfortunately. I would love to actually like play a legitimate game where everyone's hitting what they need to be hitting. But hopefully this Blood Bugler just gets larger and larger and is able to take the game. Alright, so it looks like they're going to play a sentry here. So I'm going to tick up, and then I'm going to attack. Actually, I think I'm going to just equip Marauder's Axe as well. And then I'm going to play a Pacifism on sentry if they don't block with it. So if they block with it, I think that's fine. Yeah, if they don't block, though, I'm going to... Ooh, not disenchant. Pacifism. I'm going to pacify the sentry here. And hopefully this is going to be good enough just to get the game. We're going to have a 7/5 Blood Bugler next turn. Sure, they have Cloud Seer here. What I can actually do here is... Yeah, I can just go to attacks and attack, and if they don't block, they just lose. Because I can tick up Sorin and deal 3 damage to them. That has some appeal to it, so I'm going to move the combat. And because I don't think there's any instant speed way they can gain life, if memory serves correctly. Are they giving it pro-white? And then the pacifism will fall off. Alright, that's pretty smart. But the thing is with... Okay, so the pacifism falls off. And then they double block. Sure. Alright, that would have died either way, even if I... Oops. Alright, so now we just play out Griffin. Oh, I forgot to tick up Sorin that turn. That was my mistake. An important note also, our opponent's sitting at 5 minutes left in the clock. We have quite a few turns left in this game, I'm sure. We're sitting at 37 life. We don't have a vampire yet, unfortunately. We are going to move to attacks and then swing in for 3. Life Link and Death Touch. Life Link, Death Touch, and Vigilance. Then we're just going to play out another Griffin Sentinel. And then next turn if they attack, I'll probably just let Soren get hit for... Are they just attacking... Okay, they're attacking Soren. I'll probably just let Soren get hit for however much. Alright, Sleep Paralysis is fine. I am going to kill the Shaman. I'm going to gain 2 life. I'm going to move Marauder onto the Sentinel. I'm going to plus Soren. And then attack with my 3/3 Death Touch, Lifelink, Vigilance, Flying Griffin. It's the most powerful Griffin in the game, most likely. Alright, they're going to make 2 soldiers. I'm going to get to block 1 of them. Alright, here comes Inspiring Captain. So I think that's fine. If I were my opponent and I knew if I was down the 4 minutes left in the clock, they could surprise me here. They could have another boost effect. Alright, sure, there's Blade. Are they really blocking here? Our opponent is... I know they're trying to stabilize, but we're at 45 life with a Soren on the battlefield. I feel like I would just concede here. Because even if our opponent successfully kills this Soren, we're still going to get to... Sure. We're still going to be swinging for 3. Alright, we're going to get rid of the Pacify and win the game. Alright. Now we're going to go to the sideboard. Again, I don't think there's anything we really want over another thing. I think we had a pretty good balance of lands and lands and spells last game. I don't think 42 really killed us. I don't mind playing these weird numbers when I'm playing limited. If I want to bring something in, my main deck is powerful enough to be on its own and just gets these additional tools from the sideboard. I don't mind playing over 40 cards in limited. A lot of people are against that because it decreases your odds of drawing the cards you actually need. I don't know. I just like kind of shuffling them all together and playing out my hand. It did quit storming here, fortunately. Earlier it was thundering and lightning, and it came kind of out of nowhere, and my dog got a little startled, but other than that, we're back on the track. We also had a fire alarm go off. There was nothing to worry about there. That did finally shut off. There's some wiring issues with the fire alarm system in our building, which is a little annoying and concerning, but it is what it is. Our opponent didn't have any graveyard shenanigans, so I don't really feel like bringing in this Grafdigger's Cage would benefit with anything. Yeah. Hopefully they finish sideboarding and we get to play some matches. And here we are. And again, they have 3 minutes left on the clock, so unless our opponent finds something quick where they can power through our attacks, I think we're going to be able to steal this game from them. We're going to play out Marauder's Axe. Alright, they're going to play out Seer. But we're just going to play out Sentinel here. There is still a legitimate legitimate way they can win this game. Alright, they have a pacifism. Nothing we can do about that. We're going to play Vulture here. Hopefully we don't hit our Sorin. Alright, it doesn't look like we did. We did get to gain 3 life, though. Alright, I'm going to block here. They have to produce threats, and if their threats aren't flyers, then we pretty much have a good basis to win the game. Yeah, they didn't play anything out here, so we're just going to get to play the Blood Vampire here. Epic Hero Blood. They're going to make 2 soldiers, which is fine. Next turn, though, we're just going to play Blood Bugler and start gaining some life and draining our opponent. Pacifism's fine on the like a creature like this because it has a static ability that's just ridiculously powerful. So I think I'm going to play a Blood Bugler, but I'm also going to play the Cutthroat. I think that's just a little bit of a better use of my mana. Alright, here comes Shaman. Alright, so I'm going to use my mana carefully here. I'm going to play out Bugler. I'm going to play out... I'm going to use the Marauder on the Bugler. And then I'm going to attack here. And they probably block... Yeah, I was going to say they probably block with the Silverback Shaman, which is fine. They're going to lose a life here. Alright, I'm sure that's fine. Our opponent thinking about playing something hasn't decided to actually play it yet. Do I want to disenchant anything? I guess I'm going to draw first. Alright, that's going to be a no on the disenchant. I think I'm going to swing with both. If our opponent just blocks everything, then we're likely to just kind of run away with the game a little bit. Our opponent's going to get hit for 4 here. Alright, they're going to give it protection from black. They are getting hit again for 4, though. 2 from the Bugler, 2 from the Epic Heroes of Blood on the battlefield. So again, I think the life gain is more of a quip than the more than anything else. And our opponent has 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock, so they have to find a way to deal enough damage through all this. Alright, so our opponent's making a 4-4 here, which I think is fine. I'm gonna move the Marauder Axe on the Blood Bugler simply because I don't think Bugler's going to be along very well. I don't think Bugler's going to be here after this turn. I think they're going to double block with soldiers, and I think that's fine. They chose not to block with the Captain, which is a little surprising for me because, yeah. Alright, so they're probably going to swing in here with the Captain. Sure. I'll just let this happen. Alright, now I have to find a way to win, and the Howling Giant has reach. Maybe I was a little too aggressive there. I think I'm going to win to up my opponent's timer. I really hate winning by that, because that feels like our opponent's finally stabilizing. Alright, now we have a way we're going to be able to get in some damage, I think. Sure, Sailor's going to come in here. They're going to play Captain, make it 5-5. We're getting flooded out pretty bad here. We're probably going to have to trade for Captain, I'd imagine. Exile target creature that's black. Okay. So they're going to get in here for 9, 10. Our opponent can actually win from here. We have to literally find... Yeah, our opponent's likely to win this game. Yeah, I think they have it. Good game, opponent. Yeah, I can block 4. Yeah. Our opponent wins with 10 seconds left on the clock. Maybe I played a little too aggressively there. Thank you so much for watching. Please go hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. For your custom playmats, mousepads, and more, head over to Inked Gaming. Use promo code crocodilemtg10 to receive 10% off your order. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons.